Hey class, Lashonda here. I chose the 4-minute oral presentation. Um, so I'm going to be touching on the Sugar Act, a little bit of the Stamp Act, Declaration of Independence, and also Locke and Downer. So, um, if I were to meet an immigrant, I would want them to know about this, obviously, because it's historical, it's something that, we found it. So I'm starting with the Sugar Act. The Sugar Act was passed in 1764. The first law, particularly designed to raise colonial money for the crown, was approved by Parliament in response to a desire for cash from its North American colonies. The Sugar Act was aimed at ending the smuggling trade in sugar and molasses from the French and Dutch West Indies. The measure raised the tariffs on imported commodities going to the colonies by limiting the markets to which the colonies could sell their goods and the amount of money they had available to spend on British manufactured goods. The situation undermined the colonial economy. This law, together with the Currency Act, prepared the ground for the uprising against the Stamp Act's imposition. The British Parliament adopted an act for granting and applying certain stamp duties in the British colonies and plantations in America in 1765, also known as the Stamp Act of 1765. Since 1964, Parliament in Britain has levied taxes using embossed revenue stamps, also referred to as impressed duty stamps. According to the law, residents in the American colonies were required to apply a stamp on legal documents and periodicals. The British government, which was deeply in debt in the decade prior to the American Revolutionary War, enforced the Tea Act of 1773 on the American colonies. The troubled East India Company, which was crucial to the British economy, was to be helped by the Act, and the Tea Act would generate income from the 13 colonies. Several others, including Benjamin Franklin, urged the company be permitted to export its tea tax-free. By lowering their prices, the measure would enable them to bypass the middlemen who were smuggling cheap tea. The Declaration of Independence. On July 4th, 1776, the Continental Congress approved the Declaration of Independence, which the 13 American colonies used to dissolve their political ties to Great Britain. The Declaration enumerated the reasons why the colonies wanted independence. The Declaration's primary goal was to declare the colonies' independence from England. It summarizes the fundamental principles that served as the basis for the Declaration of Independence. And then what I learned from Locke and Downer, according to Locke, a condition of war is one of enmity and destruction. Locke argues that since everyone has the right to self-preservation under the laws of nature, they also have the right to eliminate anyone who declares war on them, just as they would a wolf or a lion. No one's life, liberty, or possessions would be secure in a state of nature, according to Locke, because there would be no law or government in place to safeguard them. In response, people decided to establish governments. The state of nature influences our perception of what is right, valuable, and desirable, in addition to defining who we are. The moral good is found in civilization, which contrasts with the Hobbesian, depressing state of nature. Human rights and equality have their roots in social mores rather than in the natural world. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next week.